title, Black Gold. Gold is a word that seems a good choice for a best of. You know, it was good enough for ABBA. You know, you're going back over your back catalogue trying to find the kind of the hidden gems or the things that kind of resonated most strongly with your fans and stuff. So for the most part, singles. So gold is a word that seems to work well, but our band is comes from a darker place. You know, it does things quite seriously, for the want of a better word, and Black Gold seemed to be the perfect title for an editor's best of. Yeah, I mean, the last 15 years has been a ride. You know, we've done a lot of different things. Lots has happened to the band, and I think we felt comfortable that it's the right time to provide a snapshot of what that last 15 years has been. You know, because it's a lot of material there. I mean, you mentioned the albums, like, and the Blank Mass stuff, and creatively, we've always tried to stretch ourselves and do new things. So we're a confusing band, I think. It was quite nice to put out a compilation which is like a snapshot of everything. So maybe if you haven't spent time with any of our albums, or you don't quite know the back catalogue, this is a good way of kind of starting. We did 3 records when Chris was in the band, and we've done 3 records with Elliott and Justin in the band, and it felt like a good time to pause for thought, really.
Yeah, I think, you know, when you're choosing your best stuff, it's quite difficult. I mean, the first decision was to make it one CD, so that automatically made it needed to be 70 minutes long or something. So you're already losing singles that have been out on other records already. So having that condensed format, I think we decided that we wanted to represent every record, and at least have a song that's been on every record. And also songs that we felt that had been important in the journey of the band, not necessarily the songs that were always the biggest singles, but just trying to represent the full story of the band was important, and not for it to just feel like a singles collection, and you know, as Tom said before, having Black Gold having its own identity as a record that someone could pick up, and you know, you wouldn't necessarily know that it's an editor's best of, but it's an entrance point or a guidebook to the band.
Yeah, I mean, we they were written after Violence, and they weren't written with the best of in mind. I loved the title Black Gold for the song, and I thought, you know, if we were going to do a best of, that's a great name for an editor's best of. So that did help, you know, push them that direction. But it was really just to go and record them with Jacknife Lee in California, and just kind of embrace the kind of immediate nature of them and how over the top they felt, and see how they turned out. And if they turned out well, one of the options was to put them towards the best of. But you can't really design that. You just have to kind of go with the flow and see where they end up. You know, it was really nice to be making the music out with Jacknife Lee again, and be in California. And even though we've been doing it for 15 years, it's still exciting to be making music in places like that for us. You know, it's still, you know, you still have to kind of pinch yourself and go, oh, you know, we're here just outside of LA making records. It's like, it's still cool. We still get a buzz out of that. You know? But I think we've always tried to make music that will have an emotional resonance with our audience, you know, to write songs that perhaps probe a little bit deeper, certainly lyrically. You know, much is made of the darkness of the band and the kind of the miserable nature of us, perhaps, but like, and we do exist in that kind of world. But I think, yeah, to write songs that that resonate a little bit deeper has always been important, no matter which style or how many guitars or how many keyboards we use, you know. Yeah, I mean, obviously my voice, like Elliott said, is something that's, you know, everything kind of hangs off of, and I start the songs and write the songs to begin with, and then we all develop them. And I think over the years, like, the expansive nature of what we do has grown a little bit. The first 2 records were slightly more intense and inward, and then when these guys joined, it kind of opened up a little bit, kind of maybe more accessible, more melodic, more kind of more reference points that we'd be using in the music itself. So that growth of the band stylistically has been really interesting, you know.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. We haven't been, last time we played was, I think, the Arena, so going back to Alcatraz and doing a few nights should be, I think, pretty vibey actually. I'm really looking forward to that. And also going to Rome. We tend to normally, when we tour Italy, we tend to do like one big show, so coming and playing a few shows I think is going to be a lot of fun with this best of. I mean, it's not going to be drastically different from what we do live, because we play pretty much a lot of stuff from all the records anyway. So I think there'll be some surprises, and we're going to get into the rehearsal space in January and work out what we can bring back, and tracks that have sort of been left on the shelf for a while. We want to pull them down and see if we can bring them up to speed.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Grazie.